Hello, Cruising World. Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's Monday. Monday is Tips Day. Before we start, let me address the dragon in the room. What do you think? We were just on a cruise from Hong Kong to Singapore, and I got this in Singapore. I got the pants in Hong Kong and the jacket in Singapore, and then when I got home, shoes. This is officially my new outfit for GG's. So wear this every time I go to GG's. So thank you very much. I got some tips myself this week. By the way, that was Tommy Cooper. Thank you very much. Wasn't an Asian attempt at an accent at all, because I wouldn't even try that. But Tommy Cooper was like the best worst comedian. So he made a whole life out of pretending he was rubbish at being a comedian, magician. What am I talking about? He made his whole life around being the world's worst magician, when in effect he was one of the best. But his whole thing was like, yeah, just like that. You have to, well, look it up. It's hilarious. But we're going back to the 70s now. Sadly, he died live on television, and I was watching, which is really bad. Anyways, yeah. So that was my just like that. You have to watch it. It wasn't an Asian attempt, because I wouldn't do that, because I can't. Tips from me this week. I wrote some down, and I have 5 that are fairly quick ones, but I'm going to give them to you. And then after this, I ain't got any. So you better send me some, or this could be the last show. And I've said that many times. It's a bit of a threat, or for some people, thank God, or, you know, a promise, depending on how you look at it. But if you don't start sending me some, and it could be on any cruise line, I don't care what cruise line they're on, send them to me. So I wrote these down as I saw them, because that's what you have to do. As you think of something, write it down, or you'll never remember it. So we were just on the Jubilee, and there was a few things that came up Jubilee related that I wrote down. Number 1, this isn't Jubilee related, this is general, but and this applies especially if you've been drinking. If you open your safe on the code, and if you're like me, you've done this many times. So you open the safe with your code, you take whatever you want out, you put it back, and you put the code back in again, and you hit lock. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, did I put the actual code in that I normally use, or did I do a different number? Now, worst case scenario, you can call the room steward, who will have somebody come down and open the safe for you. Or if that happens, hold on, be patient, wait, because when it locks, after it says closed, it will flash up the code one more time. So don't panic. Stay the distance. 5 seconds. Don't look away and go, I can't remember whether or not. Oh, it's gone. Type the number in. Hit close. It will say closed in red. Number's gone, but then it will pop back in for a second. Double checking. Simple. Trust me, if you're like me, especially if you've had a few beers that day, a few red stripes may have been consumed. Can happen. And this is something that happened on that cruise, but again, it could happen on any cruise. Well, I had this great, because gift cards, right? AARP. We use them all the time for everything, which is only a problem if you cancel, because you get refunded in gift cards and they can take forever. But don't cancel, not a problem, because it will save you 10% on your cruise. You can use it for literally everything. Pay for the cruise, paying for cheers, paying for shore excursions, everything. Even when you get on board, and I put a video up on this recently, you can go to those kiosks. There's at least 2 of them on every ship now. There's usually one by guest services, one on around about deck 5 or so, where you can actually go in and check your account, but you can also you can pay cash off your bill by logging in on that, or you can put a gift card in. So my thought was, well, here's what I'll do. I'll wait till the end of every cruise. I'll see what my balance is. I'll go online. I'll order my AARP, because they're e-cards and they come in like 5 minutes. They're really quick. And then I'll go to the machine and I'll put it in. So we're there the last day. I actually already had the gift cards ordered. And I looked at my summary and it had already been taken off. They'd already charged my card like with 24 hours to go. So the cruise ending on Saturday, I looked on Friday, and it already said $100 whatever charged to your card. I'm like, oh, damn it. I was able to go to guest services, have them reverse it, and then go and do it. But to avoid all that, if you know you're going to have it, try and do it like mid-cruise. Don't try and do it at the end of the cruise. You know, remember this. If it comes to the end of the cruise and they haven't used it all up, just keep the gift card numbers. There'll still be a balance on them, you know. But, yeah, it just saves a lot of hassle. Learn by my mistakes. So, yeah, add gift cards early on a cruise. And you can go to the guest services and give them the gift card if you don't want to do it on the machine. But typically there's a long line at guest services. Typically there is not a long line at those machines. And very few people know that you can actually add a gift card on there. So you're safe. And the people that just check their account, check it on the hub. It's a lot more secure. You don't want people overlooking your shoulder and seeing all your information. But so, yeah, just use it for that would be my recommendation. Now, here is one that definitely applied to the Jubilee and any cruise that goes out of Galveston. Cheers doesn't happen on day one. Galveston, New York, Virginia, right? You cannot use your Cheers package on day one. A lot of people know that. What a lot of people don't know, and I don't understand why, it's stupid state laws that are really pointless, I'm sure. But, and you can't even say it's a Republican Democrat thing because New York and Texas could be as far away as possible politically. And they're both a stupid idea. But what a lot of people don't know is that until you hit international waters, you can't sell anything but domestic drinks. I don't know if that's the same in New York and Virginia, but it certainly is in Texas. So be very careful in Texas. If you like certain drinks, be aware you're not going to get them. So don't be careful, just be aware you're not going to get them. For example, and this really hit me at the Alchemy. So the two Nicholas, two of the most wonderful people on the face of the planet, for anybody that knows them. All bartenders are wonderful. They're very special in my heart. I heard them explain why they couldn't serve all these other liquors more than people, you know, just asking for a drink. And they put in front of the bar what they can actually serve. And there's very limited what you can actually do at that point in time. So, and with the beers, for example, it was all domestic beers. Like, you know, somehow Corona was in there, but it was, you know, Coors Light and Michelob Ultra, and there was no Red Stripe, and there was nothing that was that. Now, when you hit international waters, all the international drinks could suddenly come in and start being served. But up to that point, no, that couldn't happen. So yeah, that was a bit disappointing. But politics, that's why I hate politics. I can't vote. It's funny, you know, my green card expires next July. And I'd always said, you know, when it gets to that, I'm going to do the American citizenship, because I always said I wouldn't do it because I refused to take a test most Americans would fail. And I stand by that statement. If you took that test today without doing any research, a lot of you would fail it. And I've been here since 1993. Just grandfather me in. Don't make me do a test. Whatever. Anyways, so my friend Anthony, who lives in Venice Beach now, we said we'll do it together. So I'm like, all right, I got a year out. So I contacted him last week, actually. And I said, are you ready? He goes, I'm ready, but they aren't. It's 18 to 24 month process to take the citizenship test and be, you know, declared American, whatever. So I can't do it. I haven't got time. So now I have to renew my green card, which I can't do until 6 months before. And that takes 4 or 5 months to get back. So I'm just hoping I'll have some paperwork to show that I've signed up for it to help me do cruises, because you're supposed to have a valid passport for 6 months after the cruise. I'm not going to have a valid green card. I'll have paperwork. Apparently the paperwork works, so we shall see. But anyway, I digress. I guess I'm going to become American. That's what I'm saying. But even if I could vote, I probably wouldn't. And people say that's the wasted vote. But how is it wasted when you don't want to vote for any of them? They're all rubbish. No politics from me. I was in the Navy, the Royal Navy, and we were told 2 things you're not allowed to talk about in boot camp: politics and religion. And I don't talk about politics and religion. Basically because I'll just leave it that I'm not religious. I respect everybody's rights. My issue is that people don't respect mine. So apparently religious people, not all, on the whole, do not understand that I don't believe in religion. And they try and tell me I need to. I don't tell them they shouldn't. I respect they do. Politics. The only person you can have a conversation with on politics is someone that agrees with your politics, and even that's a pointless conversation. So I ignore politics. I hate them all. Politics is legalized corruption. I won't even start talking about religion because I'll upset people, but let's just say me and Ricky Gervais share a lot of beliefs. Look it up. And with that, I'm actually going to save, because I got 3 more. I could do another one. I can stretch this out another week. So I was a bit waffling at the end there. But yeah, so I'll do another one. And I'm going to keep this on because I love this one too. Yeah, I feel really comfortable. And I've not worn this. I just did 2 in the same suit. I'm going to do 2 more in the same suit because it's wonderful. And these are mine. I always do that. If you send me a bunch of tips, like 9, 10 tips, I'll spread it over 3 weeks and you'll get assigned a suit for all your tips, which is partly because, here we go again, partly because I want to honour you with a suit, and partly because I couldn't be bothered to change between videos because I record them all in a batch. So I'm going to be recording the next one in approximately 25 seconds after I finish this one. So I'm going to walk up to the camera, stop, start on my audio recording, stop, start, and go again. Nothing's going to move. This will still be... Oh, yeah, signed by my bartenders on Splendor. Yes, my little shark drink, my shark carnival drink. They all signed it for me. It's going to stay there. My 300 will still be right there. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see who watches both these videos. I'm going to move one, and you tell me in the comments which one I moved next week. Oh, the decisions. And with that, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't hit the notification button, hit the notification button. You will get told when these wonderful videos come out. Please send me your tips. They're probably a lot better than mine, and I will use them. But I don't read them in advance. You have been warned. I read live and react. Unless your name's Dave, always in a positive way, or as positive as I can be. If you have any questions, my email is coming up at the end of this video. Please send me your questions. If I don't know the answer, I know people and I will find it out for you, or at least try my best to find out the answer for you. With that, I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.